I'll share with you a very interesting story that SSY, Siddha Samadhi Yoga, SSY. It's an amazing yoga program which I recommend you search online and see if there is any workshop which is near your house or anything. I don't think they charge money, okay, but I think they accept donations. It's incredibly amazing. I've learned yoga, this meditation from them, and the value of eating uncooked food. Uncooked means fruits and vegetables. Very nice. It can literally heal cancer, blood pressure, diabetes, overweight, cholesterol. Okay. So I'd been for these workshops. Okay. And, they have where you meditate and they give you some, not religious, but they give you wisdom, uh, things to learn and educate your mind. So this particular guy, he was a kind of a guru. He was a little elder to me, but they used to call him Guruji. So as to, everyone's calling Guruji, I'll also call him Guruji. And but he was very humble. He didn't mind if I called him by his name also. Okay, so nice guy, very cool, calm, composed. One day, he shared in one of these sessions, he shared a story. And I remember this story to this date. It was not from a book or anything, his personal life. So he was telling me that he and his wife, they get up at 4 o'clock in the morning every single day. They get up in the morning, 4 o'clock, and then they do their puja. Okay, puja means prayer. Okay. So they do their puja and they pray to God, and in the Hindu style of praying is where they have a room, a segregated room, small room for the Hindu gods, the idols. We'll keep it there, nice decorated place, and they put fruits and incense. Okay, and they have a diya. It's called a lamp. You should Google search this. The Indian kind of lamp is kind of open. Okay, like a brass, metal kind of object like this, like open. It has a strong foundation, and on top is oil, and there's a wick. Okay, means like to burn. And once you light it, as long as there's oil, it will burn for hours and hours. Okay, until the oil vanishes. But it does become very hot. So they light the diya and they do the prayers. So now the husband, he and his wife, they would get up at 4 in the morning to pray, and they had a son, small boy. So the small boy, he was a small boy, maybe, I don't know, 3 years or whatever, I can't recollect exactly. But he was a young boy and very mischievous. Okay. So when they would get up, they would wake him up also. He would cry and this and that. But most of the time, he was very playful. And this made it very inconvenient for them to pray. So, obviously they would close their eyes and he would be praying the mantras or whatever. And the wife would hold the baby. But the baby would, baby is restless. And they used to pray for almost an hour or so. So, one thing the baby developed was a fascination towards this lamp. The lamp with the fire. So every time the baby would try to go and touch the lamp or go near the lamp, and if the mother would stop, the baby would cry and scream and shout, and obviously because he was more like a very calm guy, they would never shout or hit or whatever. They would just control the baby, and obviously the baby would keep making a tantrum and shout and not listen. So it became very hard for them to do their puja, very, very hard, because every time they would try to do the prayer, you need focus and silence. This baby used to make noise and scream and shout and all that. So one day, the husband told the wife, okay, now I will take care of the baby, I will hold, and what you do is you lead the prayer. You lead the prayer, and I will take care of the baby. So the wife said, okay, fine, up to you. Because one has to lead the prayer, the other one takes care of the baby. So the following day, when they got up in the morning, the wife was leading the prayer, with the sari and just praying. The father was holding the baby. And as usual, the babies, after some time, started to get restless and wanted to touch the lamp. So this time, however, what the father did was, he let the baby go, walk. And so the baby was wobbling and saw the lamp. Obviously, it was a very sturdy object. It was not like going to topple over. They wouldn't want the oil to fall over. So the baby went, under his supervision, the baby went and touched the lamp, touched the fire. And no sooner the baby did that, its hand, obviously got burnt. Okay, didn't burn like third-degree burns. Obviously, it's hot, no? So the baby let out a scream, and the wife, automatically the wife stopped praying, and she was like, what happened? Saying nothing happened. The baby touched the lamp. So she said, why did you allow? He said, just let me. And the wife was very upset and took the baby, and they put medicine and all that. And the baby kept crying for hours and hours. And, as he was talking to us, he said, more than the baby, his hand getting burnt, saying, my heart burnt. He's saying, the baby just got a little burn, but I got third-degree burns in my heart. He's saying the baby felt little pain, but I felt the pain that I couldn't take, He's saying, and it was not only the burn for me, burn for the baby. I got burnt, my wife got burnt. Our hearts were paining. Okay, and the wife also cried, and she was very upset. But then he told the wife, see, we tried telling the baby, we tried making it understand, we tried guiding it. But finally, when it is determined to do what, let it do. And then it'll stop doing it. And so, the following day, can you guess if the baby wanted to touch the lamp? I'm sure it doesn't take a rocket science to know the baby didn't want to even see the lamp. In fact, when he saw the lamp, it cried and went back and didn't want to come near the lamp. And ever since that day, the baby has never ever touched the lamp. Never. And, the moral of his story was, you do your best, but when the person is determined not to listen to you, you let them go and do their thing and let them pay the price. Sometimes that's the best way to learn. And the funny thing is, I've adopted the same strategy even with my wife and my small little baby. In fact, this video got deleted from YouTube because they thought I was torturing my baby. My baby had this habit of, cupboards, no? Drawers, when you pull it. So my baby had this, from where she got this idea, I don't know. She would pull a drawer, climb on top. She would pull another drawer and then put a leg up there and pull another. So obviously when it goes up, the whole thing will topple over, right? And I had seen many videos of these drawers and these cupboards toppling over a baby. You can literally see these accidents. It's very disturbing. You'll see a small baby climb on top of the drawer and the whole cupboard falls on top of the baby. Or sometimes they try to hang from the cupboard and the cupboard falls. So what had happened was my baby developed this habit, and every time we used to literally run to stop the cupboard from falling. They say, you have to baby-proof the house, but you can only baby-proof so much. So one day, what I decided, I told my wife, we'll make sure that the baby doesn't do it again. She said, how? I said, simple. So I bought the plastic cupboard, I removed everything, it was till here. You can see it in my room. Sometimes I have my video shots of my studio, right? It's still here. It has 4 drawers. Plastic, it's light. It's empty. So each drawer is like till here, below half my knee. So there are 4. So it comes up to my waist. So I pulled the first one. The baby very happily stood inside that. Then I signaled that she can open the other one. She opened that. No sooner she opened that and she put her foot. Obviously this thing toppled over, right? So it was toppling over. But this time I held on to that drawer, and I let it topple over in a controlled manner, whereby the baby's feet were inside the drawer, and obviously the plastic thing has come down. Now, I made sure that the plastic was not on top of her, others her legs would get pain, you know. So I made it sure that it was a little bit at the side, but obviously because it's down, she can't open the drawer now. And she was a small girl, so she didn't know how to pull out her leg. And obviously there she started to get cranky and paranoia and crying and all that. And I told the wife, let her be for at least 1 to 2 minutes. So she went on for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Finally, when I knew that it was too much for her, then we stopped. My wife pacified the baby. And then to see if she would repeat it again, I brought the cupboard to her and I opened. This time the baby didn't go near it. The baby didn't want to put her leg. And ever since that day, my baby has never ever put her leg or tried to pull her drawer. And that was the best way she could learn. See, why am I sharing this incident? It's not to give you a tip on parenting or how to prevent drawers from falling off if the baby wants to touch the lamp. Rather, it's a life lesson I have learned, which maybe you would want to. If there is a loved one of yours or somebody whom you are trying to guide them and make them grow, and no matter what you do, they don't listen, sometimes the best way for them to learn is for them to burn their fingers. Whether it's in business or whether it's you're giving them money, property, whatever. But after that, don't make it easy. Let's say, for example, you want to give your child your property wealth. Don't give them 100,000 and then they blow it off, come back again. No. That's it, and this is all you get, and that's about it. And then after you blow all this, you start working on your own. And maybe after 5, maybe 10 years, I'll give you once again. So you need to keep that clause, you know. And I'll tell you, that's the only way people learn. Others, they never learn. When there is pain involved, when there's suffering, when there's a price to pay, only then people realize. Others, they never. That is why you should never pamper anyone you love. Whether it's your child, whether it's your spouse, whether it's your friend. Never give them a free lunch. Never make life easy for them. Let them work for it. Because when someone works for it, they realize the value of it, and then they appreciate it much more. And when there's a price to pay, for anything, whenever there's a price to pay, they use their common sense the next time, and they avoid making the same mistake. So anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Good, bad, ugly, whatever you say. And feel free to put your thoughts. Love to read them. Guys, take care. It's me signing off. Ciao.